Some of your favorite P&G products. The company announced today that shoppers could see higher prices.
Procter Gamble announced on Thursday that it will cut 7,000 jobs over the next 2 years.
Procter Gamble, the company behind household staples like Tide, Pampers, and Gillette, is facing one of its biggest economic challenges in years. After President Trump's new tariffs, the cost of importing raw materials and finished goods has jumped sharply, hitting a company that depends heavily on global supply chains. In response, P&G plans to raise prices on about 25% of its U.S. products, with nearly $1 billion in extra costs expected in FY 2026. To offset the pressure, it will cut 6% of its workforce and pull out of low-margin markets like Bangladesh. In today's video, we'll break down why P&G is taking these steps and what it means for consumers, employees, and the market. Stick around until the end and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our latest updates. Procter & Gamble's current situation is the result of a chain of events that began building months before the announcement you're seeing now. The root cause lies in the recent trade policy shifts under President Trump specifically, the imposition of new reciprocal tariffs on imports from nearly 70 countries announced on the 1st of August 2025. These tariffs range from 10% to as high as 41% and apply not only to finished goods but also to a wide array of raw materials and intermediate products that U.S. manufacturers rely on. For P&G, which operates in over 180 countries and sources a significant portion of its raw materials globally, the impact is direct and severe. Many of their core product ingredients, from paper pulp used in diapers and tissues, to specialty chemicals in detergents, to packaging materials, are imported or tied to global supply chain costs. Even a relatively small percentage increase in the cost of these materials can translate into hundreds of millions of dollars in added expenses when multiplied across P&G's vast production volume. According to the company's own projections, these tariffs will add nearly $1 billion in extra costs during FY 2026 alone. The timeline of the pressure is also telling. Costs began creeping up in late Q2 2025 as suppliers adjusted to the anticipated tariffs, but the real financial hit is expected in the months following the official August implementation date, when the duties fully take effect on incoming shipments. To deal with this, P&G is pursuing a two-pronged strategy. First, it will pass part of the cost burden to consumers by increasing prices on about 25% of its U.S. product range, meaning everyday essentials like laundry detergents, baby care items, and personal grooming products will soon cost more. Second, it is making internal cuts to control spending, most notably a 6% reduction in its workforce, which translates into thousands of jobs worldwide. In addition, the company is exiting certain low-margin markets, such as Bangladesh, where the combination of high import duties, currency fluctuations, and already thin profit margins makes continued operation unsustainable. This isn't the first time P&G has faced cost inflation, but the scale and speed of this spike are unusual. Unlike gradual market shifts, tariff shocks disrupt cost structures almost overnight, leaving little room for gradual adjustment. And because P&G's competitors are affected in similar ways, the ripple effects will likely be industry-wide, higher prices across multiple brands, potential changes in product availability, and added pressure on retailers to manage consumer pushback. In short, this is a textbook example of how global trade policy decisions can move quickly from government announcement to boardroom crisis and then into the everyday budgets of millions of households. P&G's moves, price hikes, job cuts, and market exits are all survival tactics in the face of policy-driven cost surges that began forming in mid-2025 and will continue to shape the company's operations well into 2026. What we're seeing with Procter & Gamble is more than just one company tightening its belt. It's a clear sign of how quickly policy decisions at the top can ripple down to the products in our homes, the prices we pay, and even the jobs people depend on. From billion-dollar cost surges to global market exits, these moves show just how deeply new tariffs can cut into corporate strategy and everyday life. And P&G won't be the last. Other companies are watching closely, and many may follow the same path. The real question now is how far these ripples will spread and how much consumers will be asked to shoulder in the months ahead. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next breakdown of the stories shaping your world.